I finally got a cash flowing rental property under contract. Why, as fast as I had it rented out, did I want to sell it? Today, I'll be showing you 4 reasons why I sold my single family home and moved to apartment investing. Welcome back, investors. I'm Brian Wagers, and on this channel, I'll show busy professionals like yourself how to invest in apartment complexes without spending hours of your own time. Make that first investment by clicking the like and subscribe button so you don't miss an opportunity. It's a lot of people's dream to own a rental property, and it's a common misconception that it's their ticket to generational wealth. Today, I'll be showing you 4 reasons why I made that switch from single family home to apartment investing. Economies of scale being the first reason. If I were to buy a single family home, it was going to take me 10 years to get to 10 single family homes where I wanted to be in my financial position. With apartment complexes, I could make that in one swoop, one transaction, one roof for 10 doors versus 10 roofs for 10 doors. That's one loan for one apartment complex. That's one tax bill. That's one insurance policy. That's one location. Economies of scale is greater in multifamily purchases. Reason number 2, leverage. Now with apartment complexes, you can gather just about as many people as you'd like to take down a property. With single family homes, it's usually just tied to one person. In my case, I had saved up $25,000 for the down payment of that $89,000 purchase price. Now with apartment complexes, we can get 10 people, and now if each person puts in $100,000 and you have $1 million, you can take down a $3 million asset, given the amount of closing costs and amount of renovations needed. But that would be a good approximate value, depending on what all is needed for that asset. Now with the banks, they like financing apartment complexes. They can loan 70%, 75%, 80%, even sometimes 85% of the value and renovation costs for that apartment complex, making you able to go bigger and better with your purchase. So now we have this huge economies of scale with leverage. Now point number 3 is passivity. Now with passivity, you can hire professional property management into that apartment complex. With that single family home, if you're managing it yourself, you better be ready to be on call 24/7. Tenants and toilets weren't something that I saw in my future. I didn't want to have to be held accountable for any late night emergencies at a home. Now with apartment complexes, you have professional property management built into it. I talk about that in my last video. But with professional property management, now they're dealing with the resident side of the business, where now as an owner, I could focus on the acquisitions. I could talk to lenders. I could talk to commercial brokers. I could talk to lawyers. I could talk to investors. Now I can able to scale the business even more, spending time on better suited needs for the company. Number 4, and one of the most important reasons why I made the switch to apartment complexes, was the control over the value of the asset. With a single family home, you're at the mercy of comps. So what the house next door to you sells, what the house across the street of you sells, or the house in your neighborhood. Now you're dealing with a lot of first-time home buyers. So maybe they had someone in their house lose their job, or maybe they had to move to another area and they had to move quick and they sell quick, selling their house at a discount. That sale, that forced sale, is going to affect the value of your single family home, whether you're living in it or renting it out. With apartment complexes, you're buying a business. Now businesses, large driving factor is their net operating income. You've probably seen that on Shark Tank. But with apartment complexes, it's the same way. You're buying based off the operating income. So when you're buying that apartment complexes, you have more control over how you can increase the rents and how you can decrease the expenses. So you want to get the gross potential income up as high as you can while not sacrificing anything else on the property. So that means fixing up the property right away and increasing those rents to the appropriate market value. Now while you're doing that, hopefully you're decreasing expenses, whether that's maintenance or some other facet of the property. So depending on the asset, you might want to focus more on growing the gross potential income or maybe decreasing the expenses, or maybe both, depending on the value, what the property is, and where it's at. Through economies of scale, through leverage, through passivity and property management, through number 4, controlling the value of the asset, I was able to go from 1 unit in 2016 and 2017 in about 1 year. From the end of 2017 to the beginning of 2021, just over 3 years, 425 units. So from 1 unit in 1 year to 425 units in just over 3 years with the power of switching to apartment investing. If you like this video, I'll be putting more out weekly. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any opportunity.